to have a look at now is the object snap mode, which is primarily the bottom section down here. So we can turn our grid section on or off, and we can also turn this on here. As you can notice, it's snap mode, which is normally F9, so we can click that. With them both highlighted, when we go to do a line, you can actually see that we're actually now limited to the corners of each of the squares. This could be quite handy if you just wanted to do a certain section or distances or measurements, but can be quite confusing with lots of other squares when you're actually drawing onto them. In the manager, you can change the colors on these so that they're slightly opaque or not as intrusive as what you see on this screen here for your viewing, or you can just turn them quite off. But as you can see, I'm still snapping to that section there. We can turn that off. This icon down the bottom here, which is our F3, which is our object snap, if we right click on that, it will come up with all the icon points here. If we put our settings in, it will now come up with what has been clicked or what quadrants. So if you don't want an endpoint, or you want intersections or nearest or whatever, you can click these and select them all, or on the options. Polar tracking is basically if you're doing isometric drawings at a 45 degree. Snap and grids, we can change our snap setting. As you noticed before, our grids were set up at 0.5. If you want them, say, at 100 millimeter or 1 millimeter, change them in here and we can turn them on and off. Dynamic input will vary the shown commands, and of course quick properties. So our object snap for here, we can snap to an endpoint, midpoint, center, and I'll show you that by clicking here. With this here, we can put a line up here and click it and hit enter, and we click the line again and come along the line. See how that changes to a triangle. That's now the center point, midpoint of that line. Continuing that on to the end, it'll come up with a little square, leave it there, it's now our endpoint. So we can actually click on that, come down, and we know that we've actually clicked right to the center of that line.